And a banana nut.
It's not enough candles. What are you saying? Are you telling me I'm older than? Sure.
Bring out the rest of the candles.
I'm older than 7? Are you telling me I'm older than 7?
Where's the other 53?
Well, I might be a little older
Use
than
your
7.
imagination.
We didn't check in with the fire board.
Yep.
Yeah, we would have had to.
You needed a permit. You needed a permit.
Considering this is a nephew, you might be older than 7.
30?
She'll take that.
Older.
I'll take 30.
You're older than 30.
This is only times 2.
No, I still have something on this plate. It might just fall off the plate accidentally.
So how do you know Anna? This is on YouTube, by the way.
Anna is ex-girlfriend of Bob's, so I met her.
I remember that story. Yes, I do.
Actually,
this could have been you having a party today.
yeah. Well, thank God it's not. Hi, Anna. No,
Hi, how do you know
I've
Anna?
known Anna, because we all went to high school
Anna is
together. I
my
knew Anna when she was
sister-in-law.
13.
She's married
Okay.
to my brother Mike.
I knew Anna
good.
before I was
Did you know Bob
interested in
did
Anna as a
used to
woman.
date Anna? Do you remember that? Remember that? I remember that. Okay, good, Jim.
Spencer and the Green dated her first.
Yeah. Oh, you did? She got around. He told me about that. She told me about Spence doing that. Yeah.
Well, do you know how this started?
And he gave the record back 9 months later. Remember that?
This is actually a true story. Me and Spence rode our bikes over to see Anna when she was like 14, and I really had no interest in women at all. It was like girls were like a pain in the butt. Things haven't changed that much. Yeah, right. Oh, I was smarter than I thought when I was 14. So anyway, so Spence is like kind of real nervous, and we're leaving, and he wanted to kiss her goodbye. So he's kind of like making like he's going to kiss her, and Anna's kind of like waiting. And I go, geez, if you're not going to kiss her, I will for you. And Anna's looking at me, and I was thinking, maybe I will. You know, it's kind of like, so yeah. So I stole her away from Spence years later.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, Spence got a good girl. He ended up with a good girl. Vicky, I think that's his wife's name, isn't it?
No, that's Jeff and Vicky and Spence and Jean.
Oh, Spence and Jean? She's not there now, no.
No, and Anna was like 14 years old when I first got to know her, and then so she was in, I guess we had a middle school and a junior high and a senior high, and they were like separate places where we went to school.
Right.
And when I get into 11th grade, and then Anna came up to 10th grade, and I hadn't really seen her. Yeah, she's a year behind me, and I hadn't seen her in a couple of years. And she walks up to me and she goes, "Hi." I'm looking at her, I go, "Wow, you've changed a little bit." I'm like looking at her, I go, "You have like these things," and like, yeah, it was like she's teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world. A good-hearted woman, good love, good time and night. Mom and Dad thought she was their daughter. She's part of the family.
It hurts like it hurts really bad.
Chinese land.
Is the cut?
Fine. The only one is like laying down. Stand up like 2 minutes.
What did you do? They go
I was on the deck of their cottage and I slipped and fell. So I whacked my shin on one of the joists. I got my back and all. And that's what hurts. This is fine.
When we got that, did you cut the back of your leg, Pony? I said, we got you.
No, I just bruised the back up in here on my leg.
So it looks like you had a cut.
Oh, maybe I can't see that.
I always get what I want. I'm a grown-up now.
My back is what.
I'm a grown-up. Happy with that. Yeah, she was good with it.
I fell off a ladder.
I'm a grown-up now. I always, but before you gotta understand, when you're a grown-up, you really don't always get what you want.
I couldn't eat
I'm calling 911. I'm calling. He's like,
I fell off a ladder on White Road. Right in the cement drive. There you go.
Hey, Bob, your son.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the house on White Road? I had the ladder up against the second story. I'm up there, and there was against the fence in the inside. And I didn't tie it off. I lost myself, so I started looking back. The ladder started going back, holding on like that. And I came down, the ladder kind of like an angle, flat on my back, and the driver with my legs up over the fence. Holy shit, and the ladder hanging off my feet. So my legs were over the fence, my back was on the driver, and the ladder was hanging on my feet, and I was screaming for Barbara to come out.
Your house is beautiful.
Nobody came out, I just kicked the ladder off, got up.
Slowly but surely.
Well, I was on a step ladder,
It's okay.
and the ladder came down. And
We're
there was
also
like
in addition to
friction siding
so we're doing
by
two projects.
over the door.
Bob was saying.
And I came down and I caught myself and I rammed my elbow into my ribs.
Oh, wow.
And that's what broke my ribs. And then when I fell on the ground, it knocked away.
It knocks the wind out of you. Oh, man.
I fell off the aluminum ladder with the chainsaw once, cut the tree.
John, we don't want to hear that story. We don't want to hear that kind of story.
Cut your head off.
But he cut his hair off.
Did you live? Did you live?
Never grew back.
I burned my hair off. The fireworks stuff I used to do. I did. I burned my hair back once like this.
Why don't you tell the story about when you were drying the fuse and Gail was washing the dishes?
We built that story over
And Gail was doing the dishes.
Come on, let's hear the story.
I was not drying the fuse.
It's a YouTube story.
I was drying the case.
Oh, well, excuse me.
It was
in an
supposed to be a-
explosive device that was like dynamite.
No, it
And
wasn't.
he was drying it over a gas stove.
Oh, okay.
And the fuse ignited.
Like you do.
And he panicked. So he threw
I
it
didn't
behind
panic.
on the floor
I
Behind his
didn't panic at
sister.
all.
behind his sister that was doing the dishes that had no idea what was
I
going
threw it
on.
away from Gail. I didn't panic. I said,
And
"Where
then
did I
he
put it?"
ran out of the house and left her inside.
Didn't it singe your eyebrows and stuff?
No, but she was here for
5 feet
3
away. She was
days.
6, 7 feet away from me.
Oh, plenty of room.
Well, how was a concussion on the ear? Was that pretty good?
That was pretty good.
What?
Huh? You tormented your sister.
Huh?
I just remember my dad was always kind of worried about their bedroom being at that end of the house next to John's garage.
If the blast goes off, what is the radius?
There was a lot of good experimenting. It taught me a whole mess of different things. So I got into.
It's amazing that you all survived it all.
Oh my God.
It
I
is
never got
really.
hurt.
Little worse for
Did you
wear,
survive
but
it,
they
or are we in
survived.
the twilight zone here?
I think the best
You
thing
made some
that,
pretty good bombs though, that like blew up the street and stuff.
the best thing was the rocket that I made that went sideways. Remember it went haywire? Did you see that one?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
When the rocket went up, it was going up the wire. I had a hanger, and it was going up the wire, and it didn't have quite enough thrust, and it started going like this, and then it took off. It was going horizontal.
Remember the gun that you built? Where you fired the marbles all the way up the
That thing
street?
was awesome.
Oh, you remember that?
I remember that.
That was my hi-hats.
The little jet engine you had too, you strung that line to the telephone pole and the stop sign. That thing was cool.
You had a gun that would fire marbles up the street?
I made it. Matter of fact, Jeff was there.
Oh, I believe he was there.
Because I remember it was my hi-hats, it was my cymbals. I just take my hi-hats apart and a marble, a half-inch marble would just...
Seem to
Got that marble down.
each foolish
So good at that. Oh my God.
scheme I'm scheming. Now I know what mother taught me to be true.
So you're posting this on your Facebook?
YouTube.
YouTube? Yeah.
Exactly
Oh my God.
like you.
You're famous, Bob.
Yeah. But you can't post, I can't let you post this. I'll tell you why later.
Are you in a witness protection program?
Yeah, just like you, baby. You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
You make me feel so grand. I give the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little dream I'm dreaming, scheme I'm scheming. Now I know why Mother taught me to be true. She meant me for someone